Good evening. I'm Sister Mary Beth Giannoli, a sister of St. Francis from Oldenburg, Indiana, and a 1978 graduate of Marian University. I'm privileged to serve as the Vice President for Mission Integration here on the Indianapolis campus. Thanks to each of you for being here today, those who are physically present here in the arena, as well as those who are joining us from Nashville and Oklahoma City. It's a pleasure to be with all of you tonight. On behalf of my community, the Sisters of St. Francis of Oldenburg, Indiana, I would like to extend congratulations to each of you. And thank you for being an important part of Marian University. We appreciate your willingness to be of transformative service to our world. And thank you also for the loved ones who have supported our students through their journey to this degree. So as we begin, let us pause, remembering that we are in the presence of our Creator as we pray. God of all healing, we ask you to be with us today as the members of the class of 2024 take this important step in their health-giving ministry. We ask you to bless their hearts with compassion and kindness. Bless their hands with skill and tenderness. Bless their minds with knowledge and wisdom. May they always remember that the true purpose of their calling is selfless service and genuine dedication to each person they encounter. We ask these blessings in all your holy names. Amen. I'd now like to welcome President Elsner to the podium.
Well, good evening, everybody. Here in our beautiful arena in Indianapolis, and folks out in Oklahoma City, and certainly Nashville. It's a big night for you all. Thank you for responding to your calling to be a healer in the image of our ultimate healer, Jesus. Congratulations. You have quite a profession, and I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to welcome and add a piece. More than welcome. I'll say a word more in a minute. Thank you to all that supported our students. I know many of you at the same time you earned your nursing degree. You juggled family and children probably, and sicknesses and everything in between, and here you are. And I'm very proud of you, and you know it's your effort. Ultimately, you were responsible, but it takes quite a support system, right? I want to take a moment, too, to publicly thank our leadership, Marcia, Dr. Bell, certainly our esteemed faculty. We have remarkable faculty throughout this institution. I see our scientific faculty, some of you here. Don't tell anybody, but of all of our faculty, 200 and some, year in and year out, I see the greatest dedication from our nursing faculty. And if you don't mind, let's just give them a round of applause. Excellence, faith, mission, dedication to students, they're remarkable, along with our staff. I also want to take a moment. There are representatives here from our clinical partners, and that's true in Nashville, Oklahoma City, and here. Medical education is a team sport. Institutions of higher education could not educate and form folks to be part of the nursing profession alone. It is not possible. It is not possible for the healthcare system to do it alone either. We are so very grateful for our clinical partners and those that have supported our students. So I want to publicly thank them as well. I know you're all very proud of these students. I wanted to say something personal, and I was trying to find a venue to do it, and here you are. God sent me you to send a message. Some of you, I want to welcome you to a great profession, and it's very personal. A lot of you know because you sent so many kind notes. My son was really, really ill for 14 months, and then, excuse me, as the good Lord have it, he took him. Long journey. And what I learned in that journey, not for the first time, but in a magnificent way, in a powerful way, there is no profession like your profession. There is no profession like the profession you're entering. I also have a large family, so I've been around nurses at the very beginning of life, right? And at the very end, and the very sick, and you deal with your parents when they're old and help them to their eternal reward. But my family and I were speaking after this together. We noticed something about the nursing profession, the really good ones. First of all, by the way, so many of them were Marian nurses. Now, my son's name was Dan Elsner, so that may have helped. They probably came around the corner looking for me, and they found my son. But there are some elements that we agreed were always present in these exceptional nurses, and the ones that didn't live up to the profession, it was usually absent. Number one, of course, my son had his Bible there, statue of Blessed Mother, his crucifix, so it was pretty clear he had a deep faith. But we noticed that most of the people in the nursing profession have some sense of a higher order, a higher calling, a purpose, that God has given them a call to be part of the healing ministry of Jesus, to give that level of compassion. So I welcome you to a profession where your faith will be very important, as it is to this institution and the founding order that put this institution that offers an education illumined by the light of faith and grounded in gospel values. The second one we noticed is the great nurses are committed to excellence. They do not compromise with their patients, and what they'll do to take care of them is nothing short of incredible. Heroic efforts. Even when their time's over, to take time to communicate with the next nurse and to check in the next day, and remarkable commitment to excellence. We noticed the best ones were very inquisitive and innovative. When couldn't figure out what to do, they knew how to do it. The last thing we noticed is they were very skilled. They worked hard at doing the right things. You're entering a profession where people at their most vulnerable moments need your excellence, they need your compassion, and they need you to have a strong faith so you can hold up to the challenge on a consistent basis to live up to the profession and live up to the mission of this institution that greatly admires you, congratulates you, and thanks you. God bless, Godspeed, and take good care of people. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Marcia Casey. I'm privileged to serve Marian University as the Senior Vice President of our health professions, which includes the great Leighton School of Nursing, our medical school, our exercise science, and soon to be rehabilitation services. We're going to be starting physical therapy and occupational therapy here at Marian, which we're really excited about. So I want to bring you greetings from and echo what our president said. There's a few things I want to underscore as I welcome everyone and offer you my congratulations to our 2024 nursing graduates. So first of all, to our guests, loved ones, family, none of our students would be here without your support. Your ability to be here and support them is a great testament to what I know you've done through their training and career. We know there's those that couldn't be here, so we send up our well wishes and know that they supported you in many ways too. As we gather to celebrate today, I want to reemphasize we're bringing together our program from Nashville, Oklahoma City, and here in Indianapolis. So via video, your other fellow nursing students will be doing their separate pinning part of this, but we were able to broadcast this part of it together. So we're excited to have Marian University nurses across a wider expanse than even Indianapolis. I want to also do what the president did, which is recognize our great faculty, staff, all those that have supported our students in their training, our community partners, some of which are here. We can't do what we do here the way we do it at Marian without your dedication, your support, your guidance, your mentorship, your commitment to nurturing these students from when they first came in and tried to figure out how to wash their hands appropriately to where we end up today. So we're so grateful for all the group that come around to support you as our students to be the compassionate professionals we know they have led you to be. This pinning is a very important milestone. I'm a nurse. I, to this day, remember my pinning many years ago, but it's such an important milestone. You have persevered many things, part of it COVID, part of it, the resilience and the challenges and all the efforts that you had to go through. We appreciate your curiosity, your pursuit of knowledge, your pursuit of excellence, your spirit of collaboration and working together, your camaraderie as a class and the classes in Nashville and Oklahoma City. Those are so important, and as the president said about a team sport, that is an integral part of what you're going to need to do as a nurse the rest of your career. So as we honor and applaud your accomplishments, we continue to pray for your growth as you embark on this next chapter. You're standing on a threshold of a brand new beginning. You hopefully will keep the friendships of your fellow classmates, of your faculty and staff. You'll come back and join us and check in on your faculty and staff here on how you're doing. We want you to take your Franciscan values with you and utilize those. You're going to need that basis as part of your education and what you learned. It's going to guide you into being the capable and compassionate nursing professionals that we all know you have become. So today you go from signing your records as a GN or an SN as a student nurse to a GN as a graduate nurse. You've got one more step past that NCLEX. Then you could do the registered nurse, the RN. So let's not forget that path, but enjoy tonight, celebrate tonight, family, friends, your fellow students. Remember, you're also joining a distinguished group, the Marian University alumni, after this graduation. So welcome to that. Congratulations, enjoy tonight. Go Knights. I'd like to bring up the Dean for the Leighton School of Nursing, Dr. Tia Bell.
Good evening and welcome to all of our students and guests tonight, both here in Indianapolis and those joining us from Nashville and from Oklahoma City. Today, we are gathered to celebrate your achievements. The nursing pinning ceremony is a special opportunity to recognize your hard work and perseverance in completing all of the courses in the nursing program. Today is a great day, and you should be proud of your accomplishments, as well as supports that you have received from your family and all of your loved ones. So give yourselves an applause. I'd like to share a few words. Through your experiences in the nursing program, You've learned how nurses make the difference in the lives of patients, families, and communities. Throughout your career, you will continue to learn something new every day, and you will have the privilege of sharing that information with others. Nursing is an ever-changing profession, so remember to be inquisitive and seek out the best evidence to inform your practice. Search for opportunities to grow personally and professionally so that you can carve out your individual path, as well as contribute to the body of knowledge in the nursing profession. One thing for sure, as you start your nursing career, you can expect that it's going to be challenging. Nursing can be difficult, both intellectually and physically, as well as emotionally demanding. I encourage you to practice self-care. You need to be the best that you can be for yourself as well as those you serve. Motivate and support your colleagues and be a role model for caring and compassionate practice. When times do seem tough, remember why you chose to become a nurse and reaffirm your commitment and passion for the profession. Recognize and then utilize your support systems and resources. They are designed to help you succeed. Throughout the years, you will remember some of those that you care for, but I ask that you strive to be the nurse that your patients can fondly remember. Cultivate a trusting relationship with your patients and allow the light of your faith to guide your interactions. You represent all nurses in every patient encounter. Like the Marian nurses before you, including me, proudly wear your nursing pin. Treat patients and families with dignity and respect. Be an advocate for peace and justice. Be responsible and be forgiving. As you continue to embrace the Franciscan values that you've learned all throughout this program, you will be the nurse that your patients remember. You'll be the nurse that your colleagues respect, and the nurse that helps to lead healthcare into the future and represents the value of an education here at Marian University. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Noah Kokerd, and I am the upcoming president of the Marian University Student Nurses Association for the 2024-25 school year. The Student Nurses Association is a pre-professional organization for nursing students. It allows pre-nursing and nursing majors to build a support system both academically and socially for greater success as a nursing student. MUSNA helps prepare Marian nursing students to be leaders upon graduation. In the past year, we have hosted de-stress and success activities, nursing specialty panels, and many other events that have helped our students to grow and make connections within the Marian community and the surrounding area. Leah Engler and Jane Scheidler had a major impact on SNA during their time at Marian. They were essential in the success of SNA. And as I read your name, please come up to the stage for our faculty advisors, Professor Irwin and Professor Owens, to present you with a small gift from the executive board as a sign of our appreciation. Leah Engler helped evolve this organization as president and offered her amazing talents to planning events, engaging students, and inspiring others. Jane Scheidler played a pivotal role in SNA as treasurer. She is a light to nursing students and was always willing to help out, no matter how big or small the project was. I am so thankful for everything all you two have done for SNA and the rest of the nursing students here at Marian. You are all going to make amazing nurses, and I'm excited to see where the rest of your nursing journey takes you. Finally, congratulations, class of 2024. I cannot wait to see where life takes you. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Professor Cardwell, and this lovely lady over here is Michelle. All right. We are here to present some very special awards. I want to say, and I'm sorry I'm going off script a little bit, that all of you are already winners to all of the faculty that are here tonight with you. So congratulations. But it is a time-honored tradition that started with Florence Nightingale that she awarded some of her most outstanding nurses with extra recognition. And that is something that has been adopted by all schools of nursing all over the United States and the world, and we continue to do it today. The other thing is keeping these names secret is a hard thing to do. Right? So first of all, several members of the class of May 2024 from the campus traditional track volunteered to serve on the pinning committee to help make this ceremony special for their classmates. Would Leah Englert, Alexis Knight, Laura Macias, Jane Scheidler, Lindsay Stoughton, and Reina Ortiz Morales please stand up to be recognized for your hard work.
And several members of the class of May 2024 ABSN track volunteered to serve on the pinning committee to make this ceremony special for their class. Would Sarah Greenswag, Mallory Klemp, Olatunde Sadiq, Marilyn Schutte, and Jessica Short please stand and be recognized for all your hard work.
In 1922, 6 nurses founded Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing, today known as Sigma, at Indiana University Training School for Nurses, which is now the Indiana University School of Nursing in Indianapolis. The founders chose the name from the Greek words storge, theros, and time, meaning love, courage, and honor. The top 35% of each graduating class who have at least a 3-point GPA or higher are invited to join. And those students who are eligible to join are noted in your programs with a star by their names. Would the following students from both of our tracks of students please stand and be recognized when I read your name? Patrick Bath, Alyssa Becker, Delaney Benner, Ella Brewer, Sarah Craney, Mackenzie Dalton, Allison Detmer, Backshinder Dawali, sorry if I messed up your name, I apologize. All right, Leah Englert, Jade Finley, Courtney Fisher, Sarah Greenswig, Bailey Johnson, Mary Klemp, Lauren Knapp, Nora Macias, Ashley McAllister, Madeline Robinson, Elizabeth Schaffner, Jane Scheidler, Monica Schneider, Marilyn Schutte, Lindsay Stoughton, Mary Claire Swick, Delaney Taylor, Sydney Thurston, and Georgia Wynn. Congratulations.
The Student Mentor Award recognizes the student who supports, affirms, and inspires student peers, motivates peers to achieve potential, possesses strong interpersonal skills, exhibits a positive attitude, and most importantly, was chosen by their peers. For the ABSN track, the recipient is Bailey Johnson.
For the traditional track, the recipient of the Student Mentor Award is Leah Englert. The Franciscan Award recognizes the student who demonstrates the 4 Franciscan values, which are dignity of the individual, peace and justice, reconciliation, and responsible stewardship in various aspects within the university, the School of Nursing, and the global community. For the traditional track, the recipient is Madeline Robinson.
And for the ABSN track, the recipient of the Franciscan Award is Sophie Daniel. The Clinical Excellence Award recognizes the student who has most consistently demonstrated clinical excellence in the healthcare environment, utilizes caring behaviors to promote self-actualization of individuals, families, and the community, employs therapeutic communication techniques with individuals, families, and the community, operationalizes the nursing process, integrates nurse educator, researcher, advocate, collaborator, and communicator characteristics in the practitioner role, maintains professional growth, incorporates liberal arts and nursing education to form a foundation for nursing practice with patients. For the ABSN track, the recipient is Ashley McAllister.
For the traditional track, the recipient of the Clinical Excellence Award is Delaney Taylor. One last award. The Shirley Friedman Scholarship Award is in honor of Shirley Friedman, who is an associate professor emeriti in pediatrics, who served Marian University from 1978 until the year 2000. The award is only presented to the traditional BSN graduating student who has demonstrated the most growth over the course of the program. And our recipient tonight is Reina Ortiz.
Hello, my name is Leah Engler, and I'm speaking on behalf of the traditional nursing students. As we gather here today to celebrate our achievements, I'm filled with a sense of gratitude and excitement. We have reached a significant milestone in our journey as nursing students, and it's an honor to stand before you to mark this occasion. First, I want to say congratulations to each and every one of the peers within my cohort. The past 4 years, we have gone through a time that has tested our limits, challenged our intellects, and shaped our characters in profound ways. I want to thank the faculty. We would not be here without your knowledge, support, and care for our success. I would also like to thank our family and friends, not only for being here with us today, but for being here for us every single day. You stood in our corners to encourage us before a big exam or calm us down if we didn't do as well as we wanted to. We would not be here today without your support. Next, I want to take a second to reflect on some of the amazing moments throughout our nursing school journey. It began sophomore year with Professor Owen's class. She really gave us a run for our money with those head-to-toe assessments. Remember our first checkoff? For the parents and family members who are here, it was to perform hand washing. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we thought we would fail our first nursing class because we washed our hands the wrong way. That same year, we had to take nutrition. Professor Ozag, we love you, but that's all we have to say about that class. Then in fundamentals, we had to give our first bed bath on a real patient. Do you remember how terrified we were to clean a patient up? In med-surg, we had to pass meds for the first time. And I know you guys remember all the simulations on the fake mannequins that we had to complete. I think the most memorable one was the leadership simulation where we had to carry the dead mannequin up the stairs. That memory will stick with me forever. But lastly, in immersion, we became more independent and grew as student nurses. Here we are now. We dreamed of this day, sitting here with no more care plans, no more Kaplans, or having to deal with Complio, but completely ready to continue our learning journey as new graduate nurses. I encourage each and every one of us to maintain the dignity and respect for our patients by holding on to the Franciscan values that Marian has instilled in us. We're going to be great nurses, and I can't wait to see the impact that we have on so many people's lives. I'm so proud of every one of us and the bond that we have created. Keep doing great things, class of 2024, and good luck on the NCLEX. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Greenswag and I'm speaking on behalf of the Accelerated Track. On this special day, 2 days from graduation and the start of our nursing careers, I want to first encourage you all to look back at how far we come. We all started with a dream. For some of us, this was years in the making, delayed by life events big and small. Some of us had never considered nursing before the COVID-19 pandemic or before seeing a family member in the hospital or even being a patient ourselves. Regardless of why we started, we all heard the call, saw a need and a chance to care for others, and applied to nursing school. It was not long ago that we had our first clinical checkoff, sweating buckets and stuttering about how to properly wash our hands. Now, we've not only completed our checkoffs, but we have successfully performed skills like starting IVs, inserting catheters, and drawing blood on real patients. We have worked hard to reach the place we are now, sacrificing time with family and friends, spending long hours studying, and missing out on special events, but we did not do it alone. Our peers were there studying with us, our families cooked dinner and provided childcare, our instructors encouraged us to keep going even when we felt like giving up. Through all the stress, sweat, and tears, we kept going, and none of us gave up, and here we are now, looking into the future. Many of us have jobs already. We will soon be caring for patients of all ages, from all walks of life, patients grieving as they plan their end-of-life care, and patients celebrating new life with the birth of their first child. Our work will make a difference. When I think of our futures, I think of the starfish story, adapted from Lauren Isley's essay, The Star Thrower. An old man walked along a beach each morning, and every morning he looked at the thousands of starfish that were washed up onto the beach at high tide. He thought, how sad that when the tide goes down, these thousands of starfish will be stranded on the beach and dry out in the sun. So many starfish lost every day. One morning, he saw a figure in the distance, bending and twisting over and over in what looked like a repetitive dance. The old man was intrigued, and he continued walking toward the figure. It became clear that the figure was a child, not dancing, but bending and reaching, picking up starfish after starfish and throwing them into the water. The old man called out, "Child, what are you doing? There are thousands of starfish on this beach. You'll never make a difference." The child looked up at the man and then looked across the beach at all the starfish, and he silently reached down, picked another one up, and threw it far into the ocean. He looked at the man and said, "It made a difference to that one." It's an inspiring story with a powerful message. Throughout nursing school, our family, friends, and instructors picked us up and threw us back into the ocean. They helped us survive the program. Next, we will be nurses, picking up our patients, our starfish, keeping them going, and making a difference. Tonight, we celebrate not only everything we have accomplished, but everything we will accomplish. Congratulations, Marian University, Leighton School of Nursing, graduates, class of 2024.
The history of the nursing pin. The Bachelor of Science in Nursing class of 1991 created the Marian University nursing pin. Their goal was to depict the interrelationship of the nursing program within Marian's community, utilizing Marian's blue and gold with the university emblem in the center. It encircles the Latin phrase sede sapiente, meaning seat of wisdom, which refers to Mary in whose lap rested Christ, the wisdom of God. The lamp of knowledge is placed below the phrase to symbolize nursing's commitment to learning and emphasis on patient care and in the rich tradition of Florence Nightingale. Placing the seal and the lamp on the cross signifies nursing's focus on spirituality and caring. The words Bachelor of Science in Nursing complete the pin by containing all of the above elements, depicting the commitment to providing quality patient care.
Good evening. I'm Father Barry. I'm the chaplain here at Marian University. This is always a special moment for me because I have had also my experience almost from the first year I got to Marian 5 years ago. I came down with cancer, and I went through all these years of chemotherapy, then a stem cell transplant. And through all that process to this present day, the encounters I have with nurses, whether they're receptionists, staff, those who were treating me in the hospital when they wake me up a couple times during the night to take their measurements, whatever they have to do then, they're always so wonderful, so caring. And that's really helped me to understand your nursing profession and to appreciate, and I will appreciate for the rest of my life, the loving care that I received throughout my own journey. So now let us take a moment to call God's blessing down upon us, upon these pins which our nurses will receive. We pray this evening for all those who will be pinned, that they find meaning in life by serving others rather than self, to be involved in the creative healing of all people, and to make a difference wherever they go. And may these pins be a daily reminder to them of their call to serve with dedication and generosity, and to be living vessels of your love and compassion to all they are called to serve, respecting the dignity of each individual. We beg God's blessing on these pins and on all those who receive them today. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Some of our students have a guest pinner who is a nurse and also a special person in their lives. At this time, I ask for all guest pinners, please make your way to the left side of the stage and be ready to meet your student as their name is being called. As we call their names, please hold your applause until all students have been pinned. Thank you. Janet Oluwatoyin Abiola.
Julie Anderson.
Lauren Arnold.
Delaney Macbeth Benner.
Patrick Bath.
Sophie Daniel.
William Bowie.
Allison Detmer.
Alyssa Becker.
Bakshinder Kaur Dhaliwal.
Lexi Brentz.
Justin Duza.
Ella Brewer.
Nicholas Elliott.
Destiny Cannon.
Sarah Emminger.
Sarah Craney.
Courtney Fisher.
Mackenzie Dalton.
Sarah Greenswag.
Kaylin Dant.
Bailey Johnson.
Madison Decker.
Daniel Dong Q Kim.
Peyton Dethy.
Mallory Klemp.
Leah Englert.
Ashley McAllister.
John Daniel Farrell.
Beatrice Muchai.
Jade Finley.
Puneet Patel.
Elizabeth Hedrick.
Rachel Rendell.
Lauren Knapp.
Olatunde Sadiq.
Alexis Knight.
Cal Sajan.
Elizabeth Lochinger.
Danica Sailors.
Nora Macias.
Elizabeth Schaffner.
Jaden Madrid.
Monica Schneider.
Mackenzie McKinley.
Marilyn Schutte.
Ba May.
Jessica Short.
Kristen Meiser.
Ann Timmons.
Baudilio Malreader.
Tiana Tucker.
Reina Ortiz Morales.
Sydney Watson.
Madison Parker. Jada Piper. Macy Rodenheimer. Madeline Robinson. Jane Schiedler. Taylor Smith. Owen Spotts. Kennedy Stidham. Lindsay Stoughton. Mary Claire Swick. Delaney Taylor. Libby Taylor. Sydney Thurston. Rosa Torres Castro. Georgia Wynn. Congratulations to the class of May 2024.
Can all candidates and nurses in the room please stand as we read the Nightingale Pledge? I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of the assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain for whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge and the practice of my calling. With loyalty, I deliver care as a missionary of health, and I dedicate myself to devoted service for human welfare.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carrie Irwin. I'm an assistant professor at the Leighton School of Nursing, and I've had the privilege to teach a majority of these wonderful students in front of us today. Marian nursing students impress me daily by pushing themselves to ensure patient safety, continually learn new skills and concepts, and build confidence, all while implementing the Franciscan values. As they do this, they're working toward their ultimate goals of receiving a bachelor's in the science of nursing, passing the NCLEX, and proudly placing RN next to their name. When reflecting on the many people that have played a role in their education, I wanted to share a few challenges from some of the other faculty that they've had during their time at Marian. Professor Meyer would like to say, as a new graduate, you will not know everything. Know that it's okay to ask for help, believe in yourself, and do all things with great love and passion. Chalk every day up as a learning experience, the good days and the bad. You have all been given special gifts to share with others. Let your light shine. Professor Nguyen has given a challenge for you to remember what brought you in to be a nurse to begin with. You're all amazing and have so many gifts. Share them with your patients. You've learned so many skills and objectives, but always keep heart in your practice. That's what makes you all very special. Professor Hoffman says that throughout her nursing career, there have been many days that she felt that were overwhelming, running from one task to the next, feeling like you don't have one extra moment to spare, In times when you feel you're too busy, she challenges you to continue to take the time to pray with your patient, to hold their hand, to bring them their favorite snack, turn on some music and dance. It's in those small moments that will make a positive impact on your patients, and it's in those same moments that will make a lasting impact on your nursing career. Professor Caskey says you've learned an abundance of nursing skills along the way, but those skills were just part of your training. Remember the things that you've learned that set you apart as a nurse. Things like what we heard Rich Blenny discuss, don't know how to say that last name. To get there, you gotta get uncomfortable. This means you may be the last person to hold the hand of a dying patient. Take solace in the fact that you will be the last one to provide them comfort, and look at it as a gift rather than a burden that you received. Remember the qualities of being a good nurse from the article that she read you on SEM Day. Listen to your patient, trust your gut, and be a team player. Lastly, keep adding those tools to your tool belt. Set a goal to be the nurse with a full set of tools. I am so honored to have been a part of your nursing education and have a few challenges from myself. Number one, be present. Listen to your patients and your families. Let them know that you hear them and that you will do the best to care for them and keep them safe. Advocate for their needs, especially the ones that can't advocate for themselves. Number two, find joy. Find joy in the little things in our profession and with your future patients, and soak up all those good moments. Find joy in your lives, hold on to them, and keep it with you always. 3, take care of yourselves. Completing nursing school is not easy. Anyone that says differently is not a nurse. Nursing is about putting yourself or your patients and their needs first. But over time, it can wear on you mentally and physically. Nurses in general join the profession because they want to care for others, but sometimes forget to care for themselves along the way. You will be a better nurse if you slow down, take a deep breath, and give yourself the rest that you need. Find someone to talk to, share your stories with, and bounce ideas off of. Make that time for your families, your friends, your partners, and enjoy things outside of work. You will be a nurse for the rest of your life, but you'll need your people as much as they need you. Never stop learning. Push yourself to learn something new every day. Always try to understand the why behind the care that you're giving. Be the nurse who questions when something doesn't feel right or seem right. Continue to learn from each other. Share your knowledge with your patients, your peers, and before you know it, with other nursing students. Celebrate this amazing accomplishment and all that you've worked so hard to achieve. Then make sure to schedule time each day to prepare for NCLEX with Kaplan. I not only speak for myself, but for the entire nursing faculty that we are so proud of you. We wish you the very best in your future endeavors. I can confidently say that the nursing profession will be a better place with each one of you in it.
My coming up means we're almost done, so. One of the traditions of the Sisters of St. Francis is that we offer the blessing of St. Clare to those who are gathered for a special occasion. In case you don't know, St. Clare was the first woman to follow Francis of Assisi. She was a woman of prayer and a woman of service. She actually was a healer, not necessarily through nursing, but she healed people through prayer. This blessing was put to music by Sister Gloria Gallagher, who taught at Marian for many years, on the 100th anniversary of the founding of my community. So in 1951, it was put to music. Now, some people will tell you that all sisters have good singing voices and good handwriting, and I am here to tell you that that is not true for me in either case. So luckily, we have our choir here to sing the blessing of St. Clare for us. And I ask all of you, or invite all of you, to extend your hands in blessing over our new graduates.